Namaste. Please take a deep breath and bow your head into your heart. Exhale, release your hands to your knees. Take a few moments just to arrive. Listen to the sounds around you. Feel your physical body and feel your breath. Notice how the breath expands on the inhale. And as you exhale, soften and release all thoughts, centering and grounding, ready to practice. When you're ready, open your eyes and take a deep breath in. Reach up and exhale, bow forward into the earth. Soften the shoulders. And inhale, rise up again, stretching the spine. And as you exhale, release the legs out and forward into Navasana, getting the belly strong. And change sides. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, bow forward again. Reach up, take a deep breath. And exhale, hands to the heart, release. Repeat that to stretch the legs out, ankles can pull, circle. Settle into the seat. Switch the feet around over to the right and twist to your left in this deep spinal energizer. Open the chest and the shoulders, and then reach the left arm over as you look down into the earth. Exhale. Inhale to look up, and exhale to release back into the earth. Changing sides, just sweep those legs around nice and easy. Twist the spine back, looking backwards, lifting the heart, pulling the belly in, staying tall. Inhale and exhale to look down, grounding your energy. Inhale to rise, expand, keep lifting, always growing, always stretching. Releasing there. Come onto the hands and the knees and sit all the way up by pressing the hips up into downward facing dog. Open the fingers and the toes, pull the ribs in. Take a deep breath to lift the heels up and begin walking the dog, pressing one heel down at a time. Inhale to lift the heels up. Exhale, stretching down. Keep pressing the back of the thighs up into the sky, rolling the inner thighs back. Soft face and jaw. Staying true to the breath, staying true to the meditation, feeling your body open up the back. Soften. Come down onto the knees. Sit back into child's pose, extending, flattening, and rolling open into the body, just twisting a little bit here, right and left as you breathe deeply. On your next inhale, look forward. Rise up to the hands and exhale, come into downward facing dog. Inhale your heels. Lift them up, and as you exhale, roll forward through the whole spine. Drop the legs down. Come into a cobra that feels really good to stretch the belly and lift the heart. And then sit back onto the heels in child's pose. Relax the neck and shoulders and take a deep breath in. Rise back up and exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, heels lift, curl through the spine. Repeating that same press through up into cobra. If you need to, bend your arms and exhale, moving back to child's pose. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press those hips and firm your thighs. Inhale, the heels lift, curl through the spine as you roll down and drop. You can stay in up dog this time if you like to. Curl the toes under or lift them back up into cobra. If you're in up dog, sway your hips, look back, stretching through the lower hips and the belly with firm arms, long neck, and push back into downward facing dog for another deep breath and ground your energies. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee to your nose, hover in strength. Inhale, lengthen, expansion. Exhale, exhale the knee towards the right shoulder and inhale to sweep it back up. And now exhale to the left shoulder and elbow, just warming the belly up. This time, bend it and open the hip. Downward facing cattail, looking underneath the arm. Stacking the hips, squeezing the pelvis up with the legs squeezing up into it. Roll that ankle around. Inhale, stack the hips, and exhale, step forward between your hands. Bring the knee down into an easy low lunge. Reach up, expand, inhale. As you exhale, let's continue bringing the hands down, ground your energy, and lift back into a low lunge. Inhale the back leg up and exhale. Inhale, sweep the right arm up for a deep twist. Stay here as you breathe. You can take the arm over the ear or simply continue to keep it up to the sky. And circle it back to the earth. Step back, plank, inhale. And as you exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, and come into Cobra or upward facing dog with a deep inhale. And exhale, sit back onto the heels in child's pose, preparing for second side. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, press into dog. Grounding your energies. Inhale, the left leg rises, expands. Exhale, squeeze inward using your bandhas. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee comes in towards the left shoulder and elbow. Inhale, expansion, lift and rise, and exhale, cross the leg over to the right elbow. Last time to stretch up and open it. Downward facing cattail, try to keep the shoulders square. Stack the hips. Deep breath, circle the ankle, if you like to. I'm just moving some blood flow all areas. Now inhale to stretch the leg up and step forward. Knee comes down, and on your next inhale, sweep the arms, lift and rise as you root down through the feet and the hips. Exhale to the earth and inhale, lift the back knee and feel your hamstring and back leg rise up. As you exhale, release, and then inhale the left arm up, deep twist. Stay here as you breathe. Keep the arm either straight up or you can take it over your ear. And as you bring it back down to the ground, step back, plank, breathing in, and take a vinyasa. Chaturanga, up dog, and end in child's pose. Slowly warming up, deeply breathing. Rising up, inhale to the hands, exhale, anchor the feet. Come back to the breath. Take in all the feelings as you rise the right leg up to cattail, inhale. Exhale, bring it around, and we're going to create a figure 8 with our knee. So we're just moving some fluid into the joint of the hip, getting some strength in the shoulders. It's a little bit of a dance, so it's your practice. Do what feels right, and then step forward to the outside of the right hand to a wide lunge with the hips opening in this very deep hip opener sequence. Allow the knee to spill open, and as your hips ground into the earth, you can take your back foot down. Reach and twist the chest, lift the heart, lift the ribs and the upper body. Feeling that you can move, take a little dance, reach back, touch the leg. And feel free to move and wiggle into this hip stretch. Let's come back into this wide lunge. Breathe out and breathe in into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And sit back onto the heels, child's pose. So as we move through the hips and all of these sequences, we're going to have a chance to open them from the front, the back, and the sides, getting all around. So let's come up for second side. Come through dog pose and inhale, lifting the left leg up into downward facing, little cat tail, scorpion tail action. Inhale and exhale as you bring the knee down and inhale it up, drawing a circular, spiraling, forceful figure 8 with your knee, with your foot, keeping the face soft. And look forward and step to the outside, big wide hip stretch. Bring the knee down, settle in. Let the hips anchor into the earth. Keep the heart and the ribs spiraling up so you can feel a twist in the upper back. Lifting up and always growing, growing up. You can play a little dance with the arm. Just carrying the body in a few different directions as the hips open. This does is it twists a little bit deeper through the front of the hip flexors. Now let's come back to that lunge. Inhale and exhale to plank. Take another breath in. Exhale, chaturanga, dandasana, and inhale. Coming up, lengthen the neck. And sit back. Rest and breathe. Come back to the breath. Possibly move. You're always welcome to allow yourself to not feel so static, but do a dance. It's a flow. Let's come back into downward facing dog with continuing these hip openers. Inhale. Take the right leg up into the cat tail. As you exhale, big step forward. High lunge. Sink the hips down. Roll the shoulders back. Anchor the tail and inhale to rise the upper back. Reach the hands together and back to the heart space as you exhale. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, hands come back, ground the mat. Drop the knee, look forward. Keep the breath moving. Circle the arm back as you inhale. You're going to reach and grab the back foot. Bring it as close to the hips, the sacrum, and the buttocks as possible, depending on your flexibility. This is an upper back twist and a hip opener. Now let's ground that foot. Step all the way back up into that cat tail, reaching the right leg up, inhale. Exhale, taking a vinyasa through plank, chaturanga, and inhale, up dog. Press down as if gravity doesn't even exist, and then release into gravity's force as you come in through child's pose to rest, coming back to neutral. And as you second side up through dog pose, inhale and exhale. Reach up, inhale the left leg, cat tail. Exhale, bend the knees, step to the front of the mat. Lift the back leg up higher into high lunge, sweep the arms up, inhale. Hands pressed together, and exhale then right to the heart, honoring your heart. Inhale, feel the back body as you reach up. Exhale, ground into the earth. Drop the knee. Sweep the left arm back, reach and call to your foot as you catch it, pulling it close to the back of the sacrum. Dropping in, keep lifting the navel, Uddiyana Bandha. And I'll show you on this side if you want to take a full twist, bringing the forearm down or staying up, whatever's available to you. Let's release, come back. Kick that foot back up, lift the hips up on top of each other, and exhale to plank. Chaturanga, exhale and inhale, upward dog. And release back to neutral, child's pose. Notice how your hips are feeling. Notice the sounds around you. Notice the body's presence. Hips are just coming along for the ride. Lift and come forward now into Malasana. Big giant squat. Let's press the upper arms against the knees. Let the tail fall into the earth. Squeeze the creases of the knees, close the eyes, bring the hands to the heart. Keep lifting the spine, the heart, and the belly. Feeling gravity. Press the hands down. And now inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. Come standing. Express, expand. And exhale, release to a nice, wide, firm stance. Inhale into your heart. And exhale, sit. Push forward into this horse pose. Bring the hands to the knees. I'm going to turn forward so you can see. So the heels deeply down. Square the shoulders. Keep bright. And exhale, we're going to take a twist. Taking the right shoulder back and the left shoulder down. So twisting the whole spine. Opening that inner thigh. Inhale, center. Press the inner thigh away from you. Twist the spine. Inhale, center. Exhale into the twist. Keep lifting Mula Bandha. And last side, inhale and exhale. Come back. Use your center of gravity to press and inhale, rise, expand your energy. To exhale, bring your hands down into your hara, center of you. And let's turn the heels out, bring the toes forward, bring the hands to the hips, come down into Prasarita. And inhale, expand, look forward, exhale, bring the hand down. Inhale. Make sure those heels are out. Anchor. Come over to the right leg. And open the hips here, bringing the body to the right. Letting the shoulders and the neck be soft. You're going to bend the left knee backwards. Keeping the right leg straight, bend the left leg right over the toes. And come back up. So as you bend, exhale. As you straighten both legs, inhale. Now take a focus on the kidneys. Open the kidneys, feel the space in the middle back. And come back up. Come through the center. Inhale, let's open the kidneys, stretch the side ribs. Exhale, bring the head down as close as possible. And come and change sides. Straight legs, settle in, hold where it feels comfortable. Inhale deep and exhale to bend right knee. Right over the ankle and the toes. Inhale, straighten 3 times. Bend. Push the hips apart. The sky as you inhale and straighten. One more time, bend and stretch. This feels so nice. Come back. Bring the hands now to the kidneys and the lower back. We're going to power straight up. Inhale, rise from your back body. And then exhale, soften. Release those hands down and sweep them up. Breathing in, lift the heart. And honor the heart as you exhale. Back to the center. Turn the right toes out into Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, lift the arms and expand into your warrior energy. Stack the shoulders over the hips, pull the left arm back as you reach the right knee over the ankle. Nice square body. And the elbow to the knee. Let's come into side angle stretch. Slide the shoulders away from the neck. If possible, touch the floor in front of the foot. Pressing the right knee against the upper arm. Just enjoy that stretch. Now, ground the hips. Bring the hands to the front corner of your mat. Drop your neck. Push back onto that right hip and open by dropping your tailbone. Come back up, feeling that energy that you just moved. And rise up as you inhale. Into warrior, look forward. Straighten the knee now, changing sides. Warrior helps to ground us. Press energy from your pelvis through your legs, down through the feet into the earth, and rise through the spine. Side angle stretch. Take a deep breath in as you reach and look up. Possibly take the hand to the floor if you like to, or keep it against the knee. Stay with the breath. Opening the side hip and lifting through the ribs. Now drop the tail, drop the head, bring the hands both down. You're making space between the pelvis and the ribs. So you can really feel the front of the hips moving some space open towards the back. Keep anchored on the back foot. Rise back up through side stretch. And bring the arm back as you inhale and rise up into warrior. And exhale, expand into your energy and ground. Press out of it and come to the center with your hands at your heart. Walk the heels in. Just take a little push through this horse pose to step back to the top of the mat. Establishing your foundation in the feet, pressing deep down. Inhale, stretch up as you press down, and exhale, fold into Uttanasana. Heart and legs kissing. Inhale, look forward, come up halfway, touch floor. Exhale, drop back, and we're going to release the right leg up into the air, trusting and taking a giant step back with grace. Anchoring the tail, coming into high lunge. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale into the heart. Establish some length. We're going to take a twist the opposite direction of the hip. Reach the right arm forward and the left arm back. Sometimes this can be a bit tricky. Keep the shoulders square and lift the right arm up. Inhale. Exhale. Now reach it forward, twisting deeper into a rotated high or low lunge of your choice. I'm taking mine a little bit lower, but keeping that back leg nice and firm and lifted. Release it, hands to the earth. Take a step back into dog pose. Just feel the vibrations and the energy that you've moved through the waistline, through those twists, allowing the belly to open. Sway the hips a little left and right, preparing for second side. Rise up, look forward, step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, look forward and offer. Exhale, release. And come standing. Press down to come up. And hands back to the heart center, honoring your balance and neutrality. Lift from the heart, breathe in. Exhale, Uttanasana. Drop the head. Inhale, heart and head forward, thighs press back. Exhale, drop and get ready to take the left leg back. Breathe in and exhale, step. Distribute the weight. Tail down, heart, arms, eyes up. Inhaling and exhale, centering, preparing for that twist. Take your arms up. And now reach the right arm back. Feel that twist in the lower belly and then lift the front arm up by the ear. Breathe in. And as you reach it forward, that's going to lead you to bend and cross it at the knee. And press yourself into this twisted lunge. Feel free to take it a little further if you want to expand your arms, if that's your practice, or even take a bind and reach under the legs. This is your practice. Honor your heart. And touch earth, step back into dog pose. Feeling that balance between the feet, the hands, and coming back into the breath, grounding. Inhale the heels up, bend the knees, and take a little twist here. Just to let the hips kind of move. We're going to prepare to come down to the mat now. So drop your knees, lay down onto the belly. Toes touch, firm the thighs into the floor. Swim the arms as you reach back. Call for the feet. Catch them. And push them back into upward bow. If you're pressing the feet back, it will automatically lift the chest and the shoulders. Take vertical rock. Pressing up, finding that place that feels like you've reached your edge, and breathe across your wings. Maybe look down for a moment and go ahead and release into child's pose. Breathing across the back body and softly surrendering the eyes, ears, face, jaw, and heart down to the limb for a deep breath. Let's rise back up. Inhale and exhale into downward facing dog. Right leg. Take it up. Inhale. Open it. Downward facing cat tail. Exhale. Take a big step forward. Firm the back heel down like you're going to do Virabhadrasana. We're going to bring both arms on the inside of the right knee and snake them underneath. Reach underneath to feel the bind. You can express here, stacking the shoulders, catch the wrist or the hands. This is a twist for the spine, firms the belly, opens the chest and shoulders. This is unavailable to you, just stay in this low lunge. Release the arms. And prepare to try this arm balance, Ectopada Kundalini. Bring the elbows into that upper leg, allowing the leg and the arm to hug in. Bring your weight slightly forward, heart forward. Just do your best. Give it a try. This is a practice that you can continue to practice, as it always will be a practice. So as you push back into downward facing dog, let it all go. Come back to the present moment. I've designed these practices so that you can always continue, always journey. Second side. Left leg comes up. Inhale. Exhale, step forward. Send the back heel down towards Virabhadrasana. Walk the arms on the inside of the knee. Reach around for the back. Going for a bind. Finding your hands and binding them behind together. Reaching for the wrist if possible. Open the chest, lift the heart, lift the navel center up from Uddiyana Bandha. Press down on that back foot. Take your head up or down, whatever feels good. Again, we're practicing. Be with where you are today. Try this arm balance. Hands firm to the ground. Elbows shoot back towards the hips and the ribs and the waistline. Balancing the top leg on top. Neck goes forward, heart goes forward. Firm the arms in. You might not make it, you may make it. It's all part of the journey that we are on. One side might be better than the other. This is not my good side. So I'm going to put it on the shelf for today. You can see I'm smiling and step back into downward facing dog. Easy, simple, beautiful. Letting all of that go. Moving forward and up, back into the hip. Reach the right leg up. Inhale. Exhale. Stepping and spreading the hips in a wide side lunge. If you can, take the arms off the ground and move to the other side. We're going to flow back over to the left side and flip to the opposite side of the mat in a low lunge. Move from one side to the other. Drop back into downward facing dog, facing the opposite side of your mat. Preparing for second side. In our hip opener sequence, we're getting all around the world of our hips. Left leg, inhales open, cat tail. Exhale, step low lunge. Turn the hips open into a side lunge. Bring the heel underneath the pelvis. Try taking the arms off if you can. Changing sides. You need your core, you need your belly. Firm into the earth. And drop the head, look back at the feet. Coming back to where we began. Back to the new beginnings. New breath. Inhale the heels up from dog pose and cobra roll, rolling that body down somewhere between up dog and cobra. And release back into child's pose. Feel the energy as it moves through you. As you soften, feel the strength coming back. Look forward and rise up to downward facing dog. Ready for this deep hip opener sequence. Take the right leg up, inhale. And as you exhale, bring the knee to set up for king pigeon. Prepping by sending the tailbone back. Extend the belly up using Uddiyana Bandha. Square the hips and the shoulders. Press through the front leg and firm your thighs down. If you can, bring the hands up in front of the heart and bow. Feeling the mystery and the magic of this pigeon pose. Inhale, lift the arms straight up and extend. And then open all the way around. And come forward and surrender. Now we're going to be twisting over in this pigeon. So prepare to walk the right arms over to the right side of your mat. You're going to kiss your knee. Keep that left hip in the back, moving towards the floor. And stay here for 3 deep breaths. Softening, opening. Beautiful. Now twist over to the left side. Feel this move a little differently in the pelvis and the hips with a different deep stretch. And 3 easy, soft breaths surrendering in this pigeon. Now rooting the hands, preparing to come up out of this. Tuck the back toes. And extend that back leg out just to simply swing it forward. Or you could also just walk it over to the outside of the right hand. And let's twist a bit to just move and wiggle. Allow the foot to open and let your whole body spiral and twist. And then you have an option here. You can set your knee down or lift it up. Maybe come to this deep hip opener. If your elbows don't make it to the ground and your forearms don't come down, keep your hands on the mat. And by widening the stance, we're widening the space available to get into this deep twist. Good. Now, come out of it and send that front leg on top. And we're going to stack the hips, grab onto the big toe, pull it deep up into our shoulder. Notice I'm on my forearm and elbow. And then make space. So you're going to grow the leg, grow the waistline, extend out of the chest, and look down into the floor to make the neck extend long. And also the standing leg that you're supporting on stays grounded and supports. As you come back into child's pose, just take a moment and feel the energy you've moved here. Notice how that right hip feels. We're going to keep working with it now. So take it back up for another deep cattail. And exhale, step between your hands. Drop your back knee. And slide those hips back and come into Ardha Hanumanasana. Square them up. Keep the lower back with some space and some arch. Pull the belly and the heart forward as you lean into this. Now, you can stay in Ardha Hanumanasana, where we just came from, or you can try the full expression, full Hanumanasana, the leap of the monkey, setting your hips down between as both heels press in opposite directions. Just see where you're at today. Just honor. Taking a courageous leap, if you can express all the way up, squeeze those arms up by your ears. Taking a little Kali Mudra, fingertips up. And now just bring yourself into that front right leg. And if you're still in the half of the pose with your back knee on the mat, surrender forward here just in the same way. And then inhale, rise up. And let's swing the legs and come to a seated position so you can sit down, arch back, release any tension that might be in the hip flexors. And then just check and see how that feels as you fold forward. Probably notice that the right and the left side feel very different compared to each other. And without comparison, let's prepare to do the other side. So shift your weight back, jump or step into downward facing dog. And we're ready to twist on the left side. And when you're ready, inhale deeply. Sweep the left leg up into cat tail, scorpion tail, little pigtail. Exhale to come into king pigeon prep. Remember, we're always growing and lengthening. In the hips, we store a lot of emotions, so notice if any resistance comes up for you or you're judging yourself. Just be with yourself in this breath, listening without listening to the mind's chatter. So taking yourself into this full expression and then getting ready to surrender. And as we surrender, we're going to walk and twist. So we bring ourselves over to the left knee. Maybe you can kind of bring your head and your eyes and your lips to your knee. Keep allowing the right hip to sink into gravity. Breathe. Open. And feel. When you feel a little release, come over to the right side by the foot. And notice there's a tightening in the back of the hips. Just welcome your breath into that space. Just open any tension and let go, let go. Soften, release. When you feel there's been some opening and release, come back to the center. Lifting the heart, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and push yourself up. Just for a little stretch out, and then get ready to step to the outer edge of your mat and the outside of your left hand. You can keep your knee up or down. You can keep your hands up or down, meaning you could come down to your elbows if you want. And I just always like to move some energy by rocking everything open before moving into this deep hip opener, dropping in as far as you can till you reach the edge. And life is all about finding those edges and then coming back to our center. So breathing into the center of the body and expanding that out to the edges. Stay here as long as you want. And then when you're ready, roll over onto the side. Elbow under the shoulder, forearm pushing down. Lengthen out of the side body as you reach and catch that foot up. You may also just want to leave the leg down. Just feel the waistline narrowing and lengthening. And then add your neck by looking away from the foot. Extending all directions, out of the heels, out of the crown. Just noticing how that feels. And then push yourself back into child's pose. Bring yourself up through dog, noticing how both hips feel so nice and spacious, pelvis open. Let's prepare again, left side, inhale, take it up, and ready for our Hanumanasana series. So Step forward and bring the hips back. Square them. Lengthen the belly and the heart. So whether you stay here, pulling the heel back and the hips open and the back of the hamstring to open, or take the full expression of Hanumanasana, this big leap. Leap of faith. Feeling again the 4 directions, east, west, north, south, and center. Breathe deeply. Wherever you are, and honor your unique gifts and limitations. Keep reaching, growing towards the sun, and honoring your walk on the earth. And as you honor that earth, come on down over the front left leg. Soften the shoulders and the face muscles. Soften the jaw. Give yourself the opportunity to surrender. Rising up, swing that leg around. Notice how that feels. Lengthen from the back of the hips and the back of the hamstrings. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, bow forward in a forward fold. Keep the head reaching forward. Fountain the belly and the heart forward, and then inhale to come up. And exhale, bring the hands back. And release, arching the front body, opening the rib cage. Let's just take a moment, come into a little round ball. Bend your head into your knees, shoulders drop in, elbows drop. And now come into Baddha Konasana. Just start moving the hips like a butterfly. What this does is it brings new energy from blood and oxygen into the pelvis, upper legs, and lower belly. And we can also rock left and right. You can keep butterflying or just rocking. It massages and distributes the energy through the root, through the hips. Let's extend the right leg and bend the left knee right into the center of the pubic bone. And take a side lying hand to foot stretch. So bring the inner arm on the inside of the inner knee and keep the hips grounded as you reach over the side of your body. Feeling the ribs and the side of the waistline open to the sun. Keep dropping your tail. No matter if you can reach your foot or not, it doesn't matter. Because as long as you honor and respect your journey and your gifts, as we come up, release back. Just notice how that feels as you open the heart there at the end. Second side. Square and bring that arm on the inside of the leg. This just keeps the shoulder and the neck long. So you might just want to take your hands straight up to the sky and stay here. And if that's where you're at today, keep bringing both hips down and breathe. Careful not to reach and lean forward, but to feel the back of your body as strong and bright as the front and the inner body. Breathing through the lungs, kidneys, the heart. The lower digestive belly is getting this kind of opening on one side and squeeze on the other. It helps digestion. And then just sweep it up, press the hand back, and open. Letting our heart have a chance to express. Nice. Come on in. Let's take both legs out now. Full straddle, full opening and expressing the inner thighs. If you need to, bend your knees if your back is tight. And let's bring the hips as far forward as possible and straighten the legs. Planting our hips down like a garden, our legs down like the soil of the earth, reach up into the sun and come through the third eye and back to the heart space. Open the fingers and give out that open lotus mudra as you look down into your root. Really trust, look down into the garden. Bring the hands down and now inhale and exhale, come down as far as you can comfortably while keeping the knees and the toes to the sky. So no matter where you are, hands, forearms, or as you can see, full expression down, just honor that. And move back a little so you guys can see. So, bring your hips as far forward as possible. Root down into the earth like your legs are the soil, and reach up into the sun and honor through the third eye and into your heart center. Open your fingers and bring your hands forward in an open lotus mudra, giving a gift. Tuck your head down and look inward to keep those hips grounded. Toes and knees face the sky. Forearms, hands, come down to the earth. No matter where you can get to is all good. And if you want to take the full expression, you can grab the big toes. Bring the heart to the earth and the throat to the earth. And by now, as you continue this practice of the hips opening, you've probably gotten a little closer than before. Let's press yourself up when you're ready and gently grab the inside of the knees and just help them to come back in. Probably feel that. Take a nice circle around, moving the energy from your inner thighs into the pelvis and up the spine. Making a few little kundalini serpent rolls of the back. And reverse, go the other way. Beautiful. Now I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see. I'm going to come down onto the back. Bring the arms down, square the hips, and we're going to thread the needle by crossing the right ankle at the left, on top of the left knee. Lean a little bit to the left and then push your right knee away from you. You can either grab under or on top of the left knee. And by leaning a little to the left, you'll feel that the back of the pelvis, and if you have ever suffered from sciatica, you're opening into this area. Soften your shoulders, neck, and chest. Feel the earth and let the ribs drop in. Dropping into the earth with a deep breath. To release this, take the feet back down and just feel. Close the eyes. And then ready to change sides. You can thread the needle either through the legs or on top. You're going to lean now to the right side. And you'll know when you feel it. There's a tension space there. And then keep moving the left knee away from you. If you feel anything in the knees at all, back off and flex the ankles. Remember, you're dropping into the earth as you take this hip opener stretch. Push. Get ready to release. Rock back to center. Bring the feet down and feel and observe the stretch and the energy that we've moved. Now hug the left knee in, extend the right leg out. This is good to move energy out of the lower colon and the digestive organs. And then try to keep the knee where it is and unwind. Open the back of the left leg, flex the foot. Hold on to the inner hip and draw it across the body, so it's moving over towards your right shoulder. You're going to move it all the way now, so that we come into this pretzel twist. You're going to take the whole left leg to the floor, and if available, as you see, I've taken my left hand and grabbed my bottom right foot. What that does is it opens the front of the quadricep and gets a lower back twist. Now, if your shoulders don't come all the way to the floor, that's okay. Just do what feels good. Every day is a different opportunity to feel where you're at, and we're always new and different. Now, this one's one of my favorites. Cross the left knee above the right at exactly the place where you cross them tightly, and reach forward and grab onto the top of your ankles. Pull the ankles to the outside of the hips and relax back down. Really relax. Drop your head, shoulders, and ribs. And then it's up to you to bring your knees close to your body. And again, this is good for sciatica and opening the back of the hips and the pelvis across the glutes. If you don't feel anything, just maybe investigate, and maybe you'll feel something on the other side. So let's change sides. Bring the right knee in, drop the left leg down. And when you're ready, hold the knee in place, extend the leg up, flexing the foot to open the hips and hamstrings. Now bring the leg across towards your left shoulder. Try to anchor the hip down first, so you feel the IT band and that whole outside of the leg, the abductor, get a nice stretch. We're going to take it into this pretzel twist. Take the foot all the way, drop it to the floor. If you can't reach it, just hold on where you can. Grab the back foot underneath you as you bend that knee. And softly release your ribs and shoulders, face and neck. Breathe in deeply. Exhale to softly let go. Melting, dissolving any thoughts. Now square the hips and cross the right knee at the ankle. Hold on to those ankles. Maybe this is the side that you feel it more on or less. And really pull the knees towards your body and pull the feet towards the outside of the pelvis and the hips. And then press into the earth so you relax down and in. Close the eyes if it feels good, and breathe across the back of the sacrum. Let's release that. Move all the way up. When you're ready, come to a seated position. And this is just a little windshield wiper. I think it's also called the cellulite roll. It just rolls that area of the wide part of the hips and allows blood flow and oxygen to distribute its weight and energy freely around you. Now, this one can be a bit of a challenge. We're going to come into fire log pose. I'm going to bring the front shin, both of the front shins, parallel to your mat. Lift your hips up, square your hips. So you're on both hip bones, both sit bones. Stacking one knee over each foot. Reach and come up and bring the hands to the heart. And roll your inner groins backwards, so you kind of pull your inner thighs down to the floor. And see how far you can come down. You may just want to put your elbows against your knees or your hands against your knees. Some people can come to the floor. This is me on a good day. Some people can come all the way down. And if you can't, you might just want to stay sitting very erect and upright. You're definitely going to feel that one. Ooh. Change sides. Extend the legs out and cross. So we're making kind of a box and a little square. And you might want to lift your hips up off the ground to reset them and roll your inner thighs back in. And noticing the difference between the two sides without judgment. This is my tighter side. My top knee doesn't want to come down very much. So whether you stay sitting or bringing the fingertips to the floor, elbows to the knees, elbows to the floor. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Stacking the legs, working to open through the outer hips. Let's come out of this with a deep breath. And rise up, be gentle, bring your hands back so you can release with sometimes a little crickety crack. And take the legs out. Just let's remove some of the energy out of the legs. So just give them some love, massage up and down the inner and outer thighs. You might want to shake your knees, give them some brushes, roll them in and out. Feel that you're not holding on anymore. We don't want to hold on because we're going to go down now into Shavasana. Take yourself down, lengthen everything out, and then tuck those shoulders in. Relax into the earth in full surrender, brushing off any old energy, letting the feet fall apart to each side. Hands reach up. Close the eyes, relax the jaw. Relax everything and allow gravity to take your body physically into the earth. Allow the divine in you to rise gently up as your light spirit body takes flight and you rest. Gently bring your awareness back by moving your hands, fingers, toes, and ankles. Take a deep breath. Stretch out. Bring your arms over your head. And then bring your knees in for a well-deserved hug, letting the knees open and the hips circle. Roll over onto your right side, pausing there for a couple of breaths and reconnect, feeling what the practice has brought you. Thanking yourself for giving yourself this time, this devotion, this connection. So as you sit, let's connect the hands now back to the heart. Feeling your own teacher, your own guru. And the divine in me bows to the divine in you. Namaste, yogis. Have a peaceful day.